grew up, well, I was born in Minnesota, moved to Chicago, moved to Tennessee, and my grandfather always had the concept albums for Jesus Christ Superstar, Joseph, Fiddler on the Roof, things like that. And so they were always in my house, and my mom would watch them on Saturday mornings while I would watch Saturday morning cartoons. And I remember I was 3, and my mom got tickets to go see Fiddler. So then I went home the next morning and I went home that night, Saturday morning then, instead of watching cartoons, I put in Fiddler on the Roof, the movie, and started reenacting it as if that was my playing Power Rangers or playing Cowboys and Indians and things like that. And then my mom was like, that's kind of weird. And then I started singing just to the radio. And I could sing before I could read. And I still learned that way. I just listened to it and memorized it that way. So I look at pages too. But then when I was 8.5, and I said, instead of just watching it, what if I just did it? Just nonchalantly. And they're like, okay. So I went to the audition and got it. I kind of forgot that I had an audition. Then I got a call saying that I was in the children's course. And then from there, I just continued to do theater and played sports, and it was nothing irregular to me. And then when I was 9, I saw Phantom of the Opera for the first time. I turned to my cousin and I said, that's going to be me, specifically the Phantom. That's going to be me one day. Playing football and basketball and baseball was something I did my entire life. Living in Tennessee, I did Pop Warner. And so when I started doing theater, it wasn't at the expense of anything when I was 8. So I would continue to play all those sports. And then I got to high school and I realized, I need to I want to have a well-rounded experience. I want to have the best experience I can have, but I also want to go someplace where I can play football and also do theater. And so I went out for the freshman team, and no one really knew who I was. I was awful at football. Started as a tight end, defensive end. I was the 4th string tight end and defensive end, so I never played it down. I didn't do theater. I was on the tech crew for theater my freshman year. And then the spring came, and I tried out for the basketball team, and I tried out for the spring musical, and I got a good part in the spring musical, and I was going to make the basketball team, but then I had to decline. I had to make the choice, and to me it was, well, I know I'm gonna do theater for my career, for my life, so I should probably at least do 1 show a year, since I'd gone from doing 4 shows a year to nothing when I went to high school. So I decided to do the musical instead of play basketball, and people saw me do the musical and they're like, that's great, you're amazing. And then I was like, great, I still can do musicals, now I need to hone in on my football skills. And then my junior year, I made the varsity team for football, 2-year varsity letterman for football, as a wide receiver and outside linebacker, and continued to do theater. And at the same time, got guys on my football team because they would make fun of me for it. So I would sing in the locker room, and then I finally eventually got guys on my football team to audition. I was like, don't knock it till you try it. So my junior year, I got my fellow wide receivers to audition for the plays, musical. And my senior year, I got a couple starting linemen and a couple of the starting linebackers from my football team to audition for the musical. And they had a great time. They're like, I wish I would have done this more often. So yeah.
What makes it so cool about being on that stage here at Cowan Hall?
Well, it's the biggest stage I've ever performed on, which was, incredible coming here and auditioning and being able to go up and just stand on the stage and see that many seats. But I think more so it's learning how to hone your craft through the audience. This is the biggest thing I've learned since coming here. I think I kind of subconsciously knew that the audience is a part of the show. And I knew that. I've known that for my entire life, but I've never out loud said it. How important having the audience be a part of the story. I learn more about myself and my characters through the audience reactions throughout the show, not afterwards or not through reviews or anything like that. I learn it as it's happening through the show, and just being able to do what I love, to be comfortable doing what I love, and to continue to get better every time I do it. That's what I've noticed the most, is how much I've improved with every show, every ring. It gets higher and higher. I just feel like I just keep improving. So I love that.